CupCar 2.0 is my most ambitious sim rig build I've ever attempted. Unofficially, it's a Porsche 992 being brought to life inside this room. Every detail, every piece of immersion being designed just so I can feel as close to real racing as possible. But this is just the beginning. Because once CupCar 2.0 is done, we're moving straight into my next challenge, a full Huracan GT3 build. Now obviously I've got a long ways to go on CupCar 2.0 before that happens, and there's some things in limbo this week, so I thought I'd show you around the room that makes it all possible. This room isn't just about having a place to put my sim rig, it's an entire studio built for racing, content creation, and fabrication. Now come on, let me show you around. So I want to start over here at a corner that looks less exciting than the rest of the room, but it's one of my favorite corners because without it, I wouldn't be able to make the sim rig nearly as immersive as I plan on making it. So first off, we'll start with the 3D printer. This is the Creality K1 Max. It's a 300mm cubed printer, which isn't necessarily the largest now, but it's pretty decent size and I can get most parts in, about 2 pieces, maybe 5 pieces at most. And they link together really well. It's been a great printer. I printed all of CupCar 1.0 on it, and I plan on doing the same with 2.0 with one caveat. If you guys haven't already heard, I do plan on fully 3D printing the roof because there's just too many integrations in it for me to actually build it out of something else. I really need all of the detail. And then right here, I've got the Genmitsu 3020 Pro Ultra CNC machine. And if you guys haven't seen my video on this and you're watching this video before September 7th, you still have time to enter to win one for yourself. Just check out the video, I'll link it in the top. Now behind me is the console gaming area, which I actually intended on using for leisure, not for making content. But for the most part, it's just become a really good backdrop for my videos. I do occasionally enjoy a little console gaming, but I really only play on the Wii now. I've got the original Xbox, the PS4, the PS3. Somewhere in there I switched to PC and quit console gaming, but I still love playing the Wii. I've got the LG 3D TV, old school, but awesome for playing 3D golf. It's just an area that, like I said, was originally for fun, but has just become like a backdrop in my videos at this point. Then this corner is where I probably spend a good majority of my time. This is kind of my workstation and my area that I film most of my videos if I'm not in the sim rig. You guys can see I got the Secret Lab chair, Secret Lab desk, and Secret Lab footrest. I will say I love this whole setup, but the Secret Lab chair took so many months to break in and get comfortable. It's a great chair and I really like it now, but I had to endure a lot to get it there and let it get broken in. As far as, decor, of course, I got all my car stuff up here. When I first started building a couple rigs ago, I started doing some Nürburgring lap times. So I still have, what my goal was and what I was trying to beat. And I haven't really tried to time it out and see how I do in a while, so I'm thinking that could be a fun video. Pretty sure I can beat 707 these days, but we'll have to see. And then of course I got a couple keyboards, gaming controllers, stuff like that. Nothing really to write home about there. I'm sure you guys are more interested to know about the actual setup. So over here on the left, I've got a 32-inch monitor and a 34-inch ultra wide. We've got the Rodecaster Duo. I'd like to use Rode for pretty much all audio. As you guys can hear, it sounds pretty good. Mostly talk on the Rode pod mic, and then right now I'm using a wireless Rode mic just to get around the room. Everything in the room, all the lights, basically everything in here is controlled by the Stream Deck. We've got a couple Elgato key lights, and then every Govee light everywhere in this room is controlled by the Stream Deck. And it's awesome to me being able to control all the lighting in the room. As you can see, I've pretty much got the window blacked out. Helps it to where there's no random lighting. I can show you guys exactly how I want it to look. You can get that nice cinematic shot with no weird lighting. And as you guys can see as I get in closer here, I'm rocking a lot of Razer products. I got, Razer mouse, Razer keyboard, headphones. I even have a Razer webcam. I don't really use it, but it's there. All together, I think it's a pretty sweet setup and I really enjoy it. I will say for Razer products, I absolutely love their mice, their keyboards, all the lighting. There's a lot of cool things that come along with it. Only downside of it is I absolutely hate the buggy software. It's one of the things that might have me considering switching from Razer, but as far as Elgato and Rode and all that stuff, I absolutely love this setup. As you guys can see, I rock dual PCs. So this is the one for video editing, streaming, all that stuff. It's a Ryzen 7 5800X processor, and then of course an AMD Radeon 7800 XT graphics card, 64 gigs of RAM. It does pretty well. I've been having a few bugs today, obviously. That's not ideal, but it's been a good PC overall. Now we can talk about the sim rig, which you guys probably know more about than anything else in this room. If you guys have already been following the CupCard 2.0 build, then you know most everything there is to know about this rig, but there were some updates I wanted to give you guys and some things I wanted to go through last week on the video that I didn't get to. So this week I'm going to do it. I just want to run through what's on the rig real quick for those who may not be familiar. We'll start right here at the wheel and wheelbase. So I've got the Simline GT3R racing wheel with the Fanatec Club Sport DD Plus wheelbase back behind the dash there. Got the shaft extension, and you guys can see I've custom 3D printed the dash and of course the button box over here as well. As far as the actual rig goes, it's a Sawbelt S99 rig. I've got the Sawbelt GT pad seat, Sawbelt direct mount monitors, and Sawbelt PC mount. Now, I've had a few people question this, but as far as vibration goes for the PC, I do have some pads under there. It doesn't vibrate, even though I'm rocking a butt kicker down here on the underside. I don't really get any vibration. For pedals, I've got the Fanatec inverted V3s. And I think that pretty much covers all of the parts on the rig. For the PC, also using AMD, I've got the 7800X 3D processor and then a Radeon 7900 XTX graphics card. 32 gigs of RAM on this one, I think. Maybe 64. I can't remember. I had to switch it. I can't remember if I started with 120. I know I wanted to upgrade it to more power. I haven't done it yet, but it's been working pretty good just like it is, so I haven't been too worried about it. Now, I really want to talk about the plans because I had mentioned the roof and talked about some of the things that I want to do with the rig. So the goal for this thing, before I even start planning the next build, which like I said, will be a Huracan GT3 build, I want to make sure that every detail is 100% accurate. So I'm going to enclose this whole thing, and I want to make sure it has doors. Of course, I've got my roll bar. You guys can see it's not on right now, or my side impact bar. But I want to build a full roof and cage. And I have a plan for lighting for this thing where the whole roof is going to have lighting integrated into it in a way that you can't really see the lighting, but I want to have full 360 degrees of light. I have another screen, kind of like the one that's being used for the lap timer, that is a bit bigger. It's going to go up into the roof and kind of be like an extra screen up there. There's all these integrations that I want to make, and the only way I can think of to do it is to fully 3D print the roof so that everything's seamless, which is going to be a pretty big process. And then the question's going to come in, what do I do with the passenger side, which typically I would have some kind of passenger side down on the floor here. Of course, I've got to build doors so that it's fully enclosed and a pedal well. Like every aspect of this thing has to be fully enclosed and look 100% like the real car. And obviously, like I said, we're just getting started. This is pretty early in the phase of designing the interior. I haven't fully decided yet if I'm going to add the shifter back in, because on the GT3 Cup car there isn't a shifter, but I do occasionally like to use it. Last time I built a pretty cool center console. This time I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to go with that one. Now, inevitably, every time I start sharing my ideas for these builds and these crazy immersive rigs that match the cars, everybody wants to know what I do when I drive something else. And the thing is, I'm really committed to Porsche Cup car. I really want to get into mixed brand GT3, and I think the Huracan would be a cool build. Beyond that, there's not too many other racing disciplines that I'm really that committed to. Those are the two that I want to enjoy the most. But I now am working with Pimax and testing their VR headsets, so I'm getting an opportunity to have those around the house. And on the rare occasion that I want to drive something else, I'm pretty happy with that VR headset. Like, I've never liked VR before, but the field of view and the image clarity of the Pimax has been pretty good. I am kind of curious about the big screen Beyond too, but ultimately, like, the lightweightness, I don't know if will make up for the fact that they have a more narrow field of view and less detailed images. I don't know. I got to put it on and try it out. But overall, I'm happy with the Pimax Crystal Light. So that's my solution for when I want to race something else. Now, guys, I've showed you around the race room. I've told you what the plans are for Cup Car 2.0 and showed you the gear that I'm using. Now I'm curious to know what you guys think of the room. Could have used some updates, some changes, maybe something a little more aesthetic, or do you think it's good the way it is? Also, for those of you that might be interested in some of the products I've shared with you, I have joined the affiliate program with most of these products. Basically, what the affiliate programs do is give me an opportunity to share the products with you guys. And by, clicking on the link, it doesn't cost anything extra to you guys. For some of these brands, I've been able to secure some big savings on products and have exclusive discount codes. And in doing so, you guys end up helping support the channel and supporting these builds. And I'm grateful for it. I know sometimes I push these affiliate links a little bit hard, and that's just me trying to raise money to grow what I'm working on and grow these projects and be able to design and build more. And I kind of got the impression that it was becoming a little much, so I'm going to back off of that. But if you guys do want to check them out, they're available in the description. I'm really hoping by the time I get to next week's video, we'll be able to start working on the roof and getting that onto the rig. And I look forward to sharing that process with you guys. So until next week, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get more Cup Car 2.0 content. And I'll see you out on the track.